Hello, folks. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that I was thinking about recently, which is about how you can use the advantage of how can use or take advantage of the idea of a stereotype or the behavior of a majority of a group of people. So this is about playing to your strengths and playing to behaviors that you can do easily compared to other folks. For example, let's say, so I cycle in the evenings a lot of times because I can't wake up that easily in the mornings at times. So I end up cycling in the evening, and usually there's a lot of traffic in the evenings. And what happens due to this is that the cycling experience isn't great. So recently, when I was thinking about this whole thing, I was like, hey, I should just wake up early and just cycle. And sometimes I do end up doing that, sometimes I don't. And even in the mornings, if I do it early morning, it's all good. But a bit later, again, there's traffic, some amount of traffic, and there's a lot of sun also. So I was just thinking, right? Like, okay, so uh, what's this whole thing, right? I realized that okay, so a lot of people, of course, travel during work hours, like say 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, or in the evenings, they travel a lot. And if I am able to actually, cycle in a time where a majority of people can't even wake up, like it's a stereotype that not a lot of people, like, as in like, not a stereotype, but a kind of like a thing where maybe like a statistic, like where not a lot of people can actually wake up very early in the morning because a lot of people in this era do sleep a bit late, like older people, even younger people. So even if they sleep early, they might wake up late. So there's not a lot of people who wake up very early, right? And among those people, not a lot of those people will be on the road at that time. So if I actually can wake up at say 4:30, 5:30 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. and cycle, I'll actually be able to play. I mean, if I'm able to do that, I'll be able to play to my strengths because if my strength is like I can wake up really early in the morning, and not a lot of people actually can do that or will do that for various reasons. They don't have to do it, etc. In my case, if I do it, I can actually cycle in the morning, early morning, and I wouldn't have to face traffic that is usually happening in the late mornings or like in the evenings when there's like a lot of people awake and traveling around, etc. So yeah, that's like basically very advantageous for me because if I can wake up at 4:30, 5:30, or 6:30 a.m. or really early in the morning when a lot of people cannot wake up, I actually can actually cycle with ease, and it's very advantageous for me. My advantage of having a behavior or having a strength that not a lot of people actually have or like don't even want is going to help me say cycle early in the morning without much hassle. I have another example that I've thought about before. For example, a lot of people go to the theaters, cinema halls, and when they go to the theater, they usually go say in the evenings or at night, etc. This is usually because let's say if it's a weekday, people have to work on a weekday, so they can't actually go during the morning. And if it's a weekend, people usually just end up going in the evening because evening is usually kind of considered the time for entertainment than morning. So I remember how I used to get tickets easily for early morning, say 9 a.m. Shows for say any kind of movie. And I used to be like, okay, not a lot of people will actually be able to wake up at say 7 or 8 and get ready and go to the theater at 9 o'clock for a movie, and they wouldn't want to do that, or like say even 10, 11 a.m. Most people just wake up later and like go to the movie in the afternoon or in the evening or at night. So if I have the advantage of waking up early, and if I am okay with actually going to a movie at 9 a.m., and if it works for me, it's basically very advantageous because I can actually work with my strength that is different from or is not similar to the majority of people. So the idea here is basically how you can actually use the advantage of having a skill or a behavior or a mindset which is not similar to a lot of people, and how that can be advantageous in some ways for you, and how you can use that to your own advantage. So nowadays, when I actually think about, say, cycling, I'll be like, okay, if I can actually wake up very early, I can actually get rid of the hassle. And if I want to go to a movie, I could probably go on a weekday if I have a holiday, or I could just take a holiday, or I could go on a weekend but go for a morning show and like book really really early and not late like a lot of people. As in like people decide on the go and like book tickets. But if I can actually book tickets when the reservations start and at a time that is not usually convenient for most people, let's say mornings, then I basically get an advantage that not many people would have. So this is an interesting idea, and this is kind of common sense, but still, it's an idea that I was just having, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Like you could apply this idea to a lot of things. Like think about the behavior of the majority, behavior based on a stereotype, and then think about how you, if you can, and if you want to, you can actually go in the other direction and have some advantages, like say waking up early in the morning, and things like that. So, yeah, that's all I had for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.